Carlton Town TV, sponsored by Aerocom UK. Mick, we need to stop making a habit of this. I've been called down again for some breaking news, which is great. Lots of exciting stuff going around here at the end of an exciting season into a new one. Tell me, what have you got for me?
Well, we've got a little bit of news on and off the pitch on this occasion. Basically, you obviously realise the post of vice president's been vacant since the sad passing of Jackie almost a year ago now. And out of respect to Jackie and Barry, we decided to leave that post vacant for this season, as we did a similar thing when Brian passed before Boatsy came in. But I'm delighted to say we've now filled that post during the back end of this season. We've been working on that, and I'm delighted to say I'm going to welcome Stuart Scott back to the club. Stuart was here many years ago, worked with Tommy in his first time here. He later went on and had success with Tommy at Colville. I think after Tommy had left, he stayed on at Colville. But he's finally decided to come back. We've been speaking to him over the past few days, and I'm delighted to say he's coming back in the capacity of vice president. So I just wanted you to be the first to know that. So nice. I'm sure the fans will be delighted. So Stuart's going to get heavily involved with the club again behind the scenes and bringing his expertise and all the things that he can bring to the table, which I'm aware of because I've worked with him in the past. And on the playing side, you've obviously had a bit of news from Clerkin, Barry and so on, but we have secured another player that we wanted to keep. Alex Howes has signed a new contract and he will be with us again next season. I think he's been pivotal to the success we've had this season in terms of the contribution he's made on the pitch. His performances have been good. He's set up a lot of goals. He's scored a few goals. He's popular in the dressing room, and I know the management team think a lot of him. So Alex Housel is another one who's decided to stay with the club and move forward with his next season. Josh,
that's great news, both on and off the pitch. I know the structure off the pitch has been great at the club. We've been building it, so that's great, and also another key player on pitch to the unit that gave us so much success this season. How key is that carrying into the new season, that some of these guys from last year are still together and we can build with that same unit?
Yeah, I think Tommy and Mark wanted to keep the group together fundamentally because it's been a group that's took us to the playoffs. So I think fundamentally they want to keep the majority of that group together. They're working on that at the moment. There's been 1 or 2 announcements. I'm sure there'll be more over the coming days. But the core, which I think Barry announced earlier in the week, in terms of the captaincy group, keeping them together, all 3 of those have done well. Alex Howes was very much the next cabin line, if you like, in terms of maintaining here, along with the goalkeeper, which has been confirmed. And like I say, we're working on more. And I think then the moves that will come in the coming days and weeks will obviously be to perhaps bring 1 or 2 new players in as well. I think that there was a desire that the first priority was to keep the players that they wanted to keep, and then obviously we're looking to make 1 or 2 signings to basically build on what we achieved last season, which as you rightly mentioned, we made the playoffs, where the following season we nearly got relegated. So big turnaround, and I think it's given everybody at the club a boost, and everybody's looking forward to the presentation on Friday night.
I think that's the thing that seems great, is because of the fact we were in the playoffs, like you say, the year before, almost relegation territory. Something that we don't really chat about much, but for you as chairman, in the off season, this has got to be so much more exciting and easier for you off the back of a good season where we almost hit the playoffs, whereas it was a massive upheaval after that season in relegation. Is that the case? Do you find approaching this summer far better and more exciting?
Without a shadow of doubt, it last season, at the end, some big decisions had to be made, some very hard and difficult conversations had to take place, and obviously the fact we've been in the Eastern League has it dilapidated the finances, and unfortunately we've had a second season of that. It's you've got your wage bill to pay every week, and then it's by the way, Mick, we need £1,000 for the coach on top of the wage bill for the majority of away games. So that's been a factor, still is a factor at the moment. We're waiting to see where we're going to be next season, and obviously that should be announced shortly. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. It's no secret we'd like it to be the Midlands League, but for obvious reasons. But in terms of organising and getting ahead of the game, yes, it does make things easier, because at the end of the day the conversations are a little bit easier. Last year we were talking to Niall about becoming captain and staying. Obviously harder to persuade lads to stay when you've just basically nearly got relegated. So let's say I think the conversations have gone a lot quicker and a lot better this season, and it undoubtedly it does make the job easier without a shadow of doubt.
Finally, I guess to round off, while I'm down at the ground and all this exciting stuff is going down, have you got a message for the fans that are receiving this news in this off season where they're not I guess around each other as much?
Yeah, I just what we're going to try and do, what we're trying to do for the fans, we're working with yourself and the media team to keep things ticking over with announcements, and I think we've done it. We've tried to do it a little bit differently this season by putting the announcements out as the deals have been done, announcing it. I think, like I said, I think you've had Barry down here and Clerkey. I certainly spoke to Clerkey the other day, and I think we've tried to do it a little bit differently, and I think we'll try and keep that going over the pre-season with announcements, things, season tickets, obviously conversations about season tickets, conversations about sponsorship packages, and all that type of thing. I think the plan is to get the presentation out the way on Friday, enjoy that, and then I think my side of it with the commercial team and the media team will sort of crank up in the next few weeks, where we're making plans for next season off the pitch as while Tommy and Mark and Clerkey etc. are making the plans on it. So there'll be two threads to it, but we will try and keep the thread going and try and keep announcing things for the supporters, because it's very easy just to shut the website for a month and everybody goes away, and certainly easy for people to lose interest, and we obviously don't want that to happen. We want to build on the momentum that we've had from this season, Josh.
Yeah, well, at this rate, with this much breaking news, I'll have to get a yellow tie for transfer deadline day. But Mick, thank you for inviting me down again. More great news, and long may it continue.
Thank you, mate.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.